everything in life is a gift. And I think that's the theme of this entire read. Ni hao from Beijing. Beijing again. One thing I'm sure I will not have to convince you of is that none of this is scripted. I'm positive that nobody out there that watches this will think, I think he's scripting this. No, definitely not. I haven't read in a while, and I haven't checked in with you guys in quite a while. It's just been such an experience-filled journey. I'm on day 35 of my trip to Beijing. And in those 35 days, I've gone from surfer dude in Hawaii to model man living in an international market in a house full of 20-year-olds and fashion model I am once again. It's been so transformative. I've lost the weight. I've gotten my routines for how to live in this lifestyle back. I'm at an evolved level, of course. I'm the mature man in the house now. It's been 7 years since I lived in a model's apartment. 3 months ago, I'm not sure which came first, my Vision Quest tarot deck or the spiritual awakening I was feeling that made me want to buy my own deck. But somewhere in there, this awakening, this transformation, this sort of 3-month process has been the most profound of my entire life. And so today is the inevitable end of my Beijing experience because I haven't gotten a lot of modeling jobs. What I have done is, again, I've had a total transformation into being a fashion model again, and there's a lot that goes into that. But also there's the realization that things change. Of course, I'm getting older, and that's what everyone's going to sort of cue on, but it's not that. Markets change, fashions change, situations change, clients change, and it's also that I'm getting older. I mean, I didn't mean to make it sound like that's not a factor at all. Certainly it is. I got a really great fashion show yesterday, which is going to be sort of my grand finale for what was my most lucrative and most work market in the world. And so tomorrow I will wake up in Guangzhou, down by Hong Kong, in a completely different market where apparently the clients are lining up to see me. And it's time to move on from Beijing for a little bit of a while. And it's bittersweet to me because it's starting to become fall. It's getting cooler. I had all these clothes I wanted to wear, speaking of fashion. And, now I'm going to a place that's very much like Hawaii, where I've come from climate-wise. But, obviously that's super minor stuff. So what I want to do now is, obviously, I want to take you with me on this incredible journey where I say, it's one thing to read the cards and to read and get spiritual guidance from all these places. It's another thing to then take that learning into the real world, into a set of circumstances, and apply those lessons and seek growth and seek higher levels and new understandings. And certainly I've done that. I mean, the modeling work is actually sort of a secondary thing. I mean, for me, this is a spiritual journey, and I mean it wholeheartedly, that the process is the gift, right? To be able to do it, I'm going to be 60 in about 6 weeks, and to be on a contract and have an agency pushing, and it's just, for me, it's really, that's where the reward is. And so but today I fly, and I'm, it's going to be almost a new start again. And so a new transition, a new set of circumstances. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to come out into my happy place. This little area is in my happy place. And I wanted to read, and not only read, but also I wanted to wear my Gregory Scott Tarot t-shirt, just to try to pull in Gregory's energy into my reading. And I just miss him every day. I miss watching his readings, and I can only hope that when I lay these cards out, that some of his incredible insight and knowledge will come through me, so that some things I say will give you some guidance today. Okay, so let's turn it over. That's my story. Whatever your story is, that new job, that new love, that new social thing, that new town you moved to, and on and on and on and on and on. We're all always kind of growing and ebbing and flowing spiritually through this thing called life. And so, however, my reading relates to your current circumstances is really the main subject. Of course, I love to talk about myself, and, but I really, really am deeply careful to understand that my messages are for you. That's why I'm recording this. I felt compelled to set up the video today. I haven't been reading every day, and I really have just been in a flow, which I think is refreshing. And so, of course, I wanted to read today, and I felt compelled to film it. So there must be something in that. So let's see what the cards have to say. Okay. Fulfillment. The Ten of Cups. And this is one of my favorite cards in this deck. I think I don't think, it was one of the cards that I laid when I did the reading when I first found out that Gregory had passed away. So isn't that fascinating? And like I said, to call him in, to call his energy in, and to say that in theory, in a way, I guess intellectually I'm thinking that, but then to spiritually be rewarded by getting a wonderful message here that Gregory has joined us. Okay, I'm not going to say any more. These cards are incredible. Oh, the Son of Earth. So my practical circumstances, and not our. So we've accumulated so much that we can now give it. We can gift, and we can share. And there's an abundance in our life that is so, look at all the abundance here, by the way. This is incredible. And this is what we get to share with people. And for me, we have 7 people living in a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment, 5 girls and 2 guys. And they're all in their early 20s. And I have been so blessed to be able to share with them. And so, my experience, strength, and hope, as it were. And so for you, maybe that's your kids, your grandkids, your neighbor, maybe you're a school teacher, a guidance counselor. There's all these wonderful ways where we get the opportunity to share what we've accumulated with people, with the world. And maybe that's your YouTube channel as well. Here we are on YouTube. And that's such a gift. Oh, The Nine of Earth, accumulation again. So much fulfillment. Sorry, I wanted to cry. Whew. Okay. Life truly is a gift, and we need to realize that maybe we have this big goal in mind. Of course, we're striving for this big thing out there, but we need to realize that every moment is a gift. The journey is the reward, okay? And you know, through all the ups and downs, here we are. We're alive. You're able to watch. I'm able to read today, and that is a tremendous gift, because I'm sure we all know people who didn't make it this far. And here we are with another day. And everything we've accumulated can be shared. The intuition, okay, obviously cups is water, and that's intuition, and 10 of cups, we're so fulfilled. You know, we have you know, intuition overflowing through us to the point where there's a rainbow. I'm always blown away by that. You know, I live in Hawaii, and here I am, like, I'm getting ready to go on this next phase, and what's the first card I pull? Something that I pulled for the reading for Gregory, and then also that it relates to Hawaii, and that tells me that I'm succeeding in following my intuition. I'm succeeding in growing my new idea to the point where I'm getting massive opportunities to share my knowledge and what I've accumulated with people who need to hear it in some cases, or are just entertained by it. I don't know. And again, Earth, so practical circumstances. So my living situation, my finances, our structure for being healthy and stable is all clicking at the highest level. So if I had any worries personally, again, relating to my story, if I had any worries about how the situation is going to pan out when I go to a new place, because we just never know, my worries are completely extinguished. I have nothing to worry about. In this past 35 days, I have accumulated all the knowledge. I have reconnected to the part of myself. I have identified where that old self needs to be evolved into a mature, more mature person. Yesterday was 999, yesterday for me. So all this closure, you know, it's just incredible. And I can now be the mature man that gives not only to these young kids, but to these agencies that I'm working with, who are run by people who are younger than me. I had a long talk with my agency director yesterday, and I feel like I could do her job. So accumulation of wisdom is such a gift from the universe. And to be able to have a structure that has channels for us to give it back and to share it is another piece of the reward. And to get an acknowledgement that we're following our intuition successfully is really heartfelt for me, especially right now. I've thrown caution to the wind, and I have come on this journey, and this right here tells me that I am on the right course, and I believe you are too. So maybe you started a new job. I don't know. There's all these things, and I like to make the list. But you know where you are, and I think this message, and there's a reason why you clicked on this. There's no coincidences, guys. You are on the right path. And so, maybe this is a reminder also that you need to maybe share, and in such a way that, rewards you at the same time. So there's a saying that goes like, we get to keep what we have by giving it away, right? So what I have right now is a knowledge of a certain industry that 20 somethings are just soaking up like little sponges. They're so amazing, and they have their whole life ahead of them. And I just really enjoy the conversations with them. And again, for you, that can be your kids, your grandkids. Maybe you are another model. I've gotten some interesting people who have followed me and subscribed recently. And if so, then please drop that comment. Any questions about our industry? I'm thinking right now about how to evolve myself into, am I going to own the agency, or am I going to be a scouter that finds talent? So I'm being sort of pushed to think about what's next for me. And maybe you're the manager at your job, and you have this young person that's struggling with the transition into the work life from university. So there's big opportunities for us guys to share what we've learned and to be rewarded because we do. Okay, so let's see the numbers here. So we have 10, 11, and 9 is 19. 9, 10, 20. So 2 reduces to 2. So it's me and you. So it's the two of us being creative. And because you're going to make a comment and you're going to subscribe if you haven't already, then we're working together here, because I call myself a card shower, because I'm just learning, and I learn a lot from the comments. So I hope you will take a moment to leave a comment. So look, guys, if you're busy, then I'll bid you a fond adieu for today. But if you have time, let's take a little read through what this guidebook says about these cards. This is a very unique deck, and I just love the Native American theme of it, and its connection to nature really resonates with me, and I hope it does for you too. So 10 of water, fulfillment, completion, endowment, attunement, ultimate satisfaction, radiant manifestation of divine power, blessed state. If you can stay open now, you will be given so much that you have no choice but to rejoice. But we are familiar with bliss but we are less familiar with bliss than with suffering, and sometimes have to learn how to bear a sudden influx of tremendously fulfilling energy. To rediscover yourself as a child of pure love in a paradise of your own making is a healing vision. It is grace. Accomplishments, unqualified success, generosity in your feelings, thoughts, and actions will enhance your feelings of satisfaction even more. In this state, other people's successes instantly become your own. Hold on to nothing now. Just flow along with the blessed power. There is enough for everybody. Clinging to people and objects, as we have all been taught, turns even kings and queens into beggars. Discard all feelings or ideas of lack and enjoy. Wow. So we're really, really doing it. Unqualified success, it says. To rediscover yourself as a child of pure love in a paradise of your own making is a healing vision. What paradise have you made? Again, you got a great new job, you bought a new home. There's just so many things, guys. And for me, I could be sitting home in Hawaii and loving my life, but I wanted to do something different. I wanted to throw myself back out in the world. So this is really important for me. And so it's so well taken. Okay, Son of Earth, trust, serenity, being considerate, enjoyment, love, nature, endurance, earthiness, faithfulness, but sometimes too inflexible. Inner message, complete ripeness. The fruits of internal and external labor are yielding a bountiful harvest. You are the beneficiary. Share this wealth with everyone. You will enjoy your success even more if you include others. Satisfying results are achieved. Your work is shaping up nicely. You have invested your energy in a worthwhile manner. It is all right to be proud of yourself for once. How else can one learn to appreciate what anyone has done? It is important to acknowledge yourself for a job well done. You have placed a seed into the ground and faithfully tended to it. Nature's power has allowed it to grow, and now you are harvesting a ripe fruit. This image does not pertain to the physical plane alone. Right, we know that. We're planting spiritual seeds and they're growing. And wow, everything's growing, it would appear. So let's see what the Nine of Earth has to say. We're on a roll here. Let's see what the Nine of Earth has to say. Accumulation, fortunate material enterprises, inheritance, gain, series of lucky strokes, surprising gifts. So this is maybe just about the future because we've done all the work. We followed our guidance. We're sharing what we've accumulated. And now, surprising gifts. Series of lucky strokes. That is exciting. The inner message, the saying, "It fell into my lap," exactly illustrates this card. For once, you have allowed yourself to receive a lot more, and better still, to enjoy it all without guilt. Now, take what the universe is giving without the least bit of regret. This is a great time to give priority to material and business concerns. You are able to take an important and ultimately successful step when it comes to new investments, studies, or a career change. Life is showering some surprising gifts on you. Don't waste time though. Gratefully receive and ask not why or whence it came. What is given like this can never be earned. In reality, everything in life is a gift. And I think that's the theme of this entire read, is to know and appreciate and to acknowledge that everything in life is a gift. Wow, this has been incredible. I can't wait to hear what you put in the comments, guys. I wish you well. I hope something here resonated with you. And I just love the idea that people who are willing to be grateful for the smallest steps and successes get more. It's like the more grateful, the more that comes in. The more grateful, the more that comes in. It's a really, really nice way to live life. And so with that, I'll let you go for today. Thank you so much for being part of my show. And I hope you have an amazing day today.